Welcome everybody to another episode of World of Warships Navy Store. Today I'm playing my Tier 5 Hatsuharu Japanese destroyer. It's going to be on the straight map and it's standard battle mode, which means we have to capture one of two spots on the map. We have our cap and we have the enemy's cap. Enemy's cap is in red. The teams are split up across either side of the islands that make up this strait. And you'll see as I turn to port, my position indicator swings towards the strait between the islands. Since both sides are divvied up halvesies, I tend to go towards the center section, especially when I'm in a destroyer, and that way I can try to hunt down and sneak across through the center gap, go after any aircraft carriers that tend to hide in those islands. And pretty much most destroyer players will end up doing the same thing. Some destroyers will stay to the very outer edges of the map, try to sneak their way up, but that's where carriers sometimes tend to fly their planes down to avoid any of the bigger ships like cruisers and battleships that have significant anti-air. Looks like we've already just spotted one destroyer, and you can see the enemy aircraft are coming in. Looks like a lot of fighters coming from our side of the map. When I say our side, I mean the south end of the map, out to the east. So there's an aircraft carrier over there somewhere that's got a fighter loadout. And there's bombers coming in. And since I'm over here in the center section, the bombers are heading towards the larger ships over there in the cap. I'm basically just running. There goes my anti-air, and I've spotted an enemy destroyer. And he just ran aground trying to avoid somebody. And get some of my rounds out on him, making sure I don't have any bombers coming in at me. Those are just fighters that my anti-air guns are going off at. Get both my main turrets up and out. Got a hit on that guy. Oh, and somebody else snagged him. I could have had him, but somebody else snagged him. I'm spotted. You can see from the big yellow detected there. There's a Graf Spee German cruiser. I'm shooting over the island. Aiming their guns at me. I'm heading for this gap here between those islands.
Achtung, melde Zielposition.
Some of my teammates are calling for everyone to target that Graf Spee. I guess he's run aground or something. Uh-oh. There's an Omaha. He doesn't appear to have noticed me yet. He's probably running for something else. But I'm angled just right. Unfortunately, I avoided him. I got a fire on him, and I shot down a spotter plane, looks like. He's got his torpedoes out. The Hatsuharu, unfortunately, does not have sonar, so I'm blind. But it does have a smokescreen, so I can hide from these guys. Especially those bombers are coming in. And that's what I better do really quick before I get mobbed. Yeah, bombers missed me. Try to slow down a little bit more. There's a bug for some reason when I was capturing this. I had to capture it 3 times, and in all 3 replays, my ship, in all 3 replays, my ship kind of disappeared when I was doing the pullbacks. during the replay. Not sure why.
Ich brauche dringend Hilfe.
But trust me, my ship is still there. It's just a bug in the replays. And looks like our Cleveland got that Graf Spey. So I go over here and pump out some torps, try to pick off somebody if I get lucky. There's that Omaha again. Get my guns around on him, see if I can light him on fire. Go back, work my way back through that smoke that I just laid, and head back up through the center gap. Maybe I'll get lucky and find an aircraft carrier hiding back over there. Now at this point, both teams are down 3 ships. 9 more ships to go. Those torpedoes I just fired have now been reloaded. I'm going to make a run back up through here.
Feuer auf festgelegtes Ziel konzentrieren.
It looks like the enemy destroyers have worked their way back around everybody and are not only threatening our cap, but going after our aircraft carriers. So I need to do something similar. I need to go after their carriers. I know the carriers like to hide up here in these... Oh, there's my torpedoes loaded now. The carriers like to hide up here behind these islands, so if I get lucky, I'll find one of them. Looks like we've lost one of our carriers. Nope, not yet. But both sides have now lost another ship. And we're still tied up, 359 to 359. And now 371 to 371. Time to kick in the engine boost. Because if I'm not seeing the carrier so far, he's probably hiding further back up around the edge of the of that peninsula there. I just got to keep an eye out for any bombers or fighter planes to come out from this southeast corner of the map. Now, going off on my own like this while the rest of my fleet is going after the cap or defending our carriers is probably not the smartest thing for me to do, because there could be a carrier and a destroyer or a carrier and a cruiser over here, although I kind of doubt it, because on the straight map the carriers are usually together, but I did see aircraft coming out from over here before. So I'm just going to kick it in and try to find that carrier. I don't really like leaving everybody on their own, but, well, and here I get questioned for it. What's our DD doing off by himself? Well, CV hunting. Hey, and guess what I found? There's a carrier parked right back up there in that corner. Alright, now my Hatsuharu in its current configuration has, I believe, a 7.2 kilometer detection range, but my torpedoes are 10 kilometer torpedoes. He's going to know somebody's out here, and it's probably going to be a destroyer. As soon as I lock onto him, he'll get his detected warning. Actually, he probably already has his detected warning, but depending on what captain skills he has, he's going to know when I lock onto him.
Engine boost kaijo.
Yep, and here comes Bomber. So he knows somebody's out here. He's got a good guesstimate of where I'm coming from. And there goes my anti-air going after his bomber. Hey, I got one. I'll slow down the speed and throw my rudder around in order to kind of throw off his aim. Just nick me on the back end. Just enough to knock out my steering. He is low on aircraft, apparently. And he's running. It's a big American boat. Well, not really big. It's a light cruiser. Or light carrier, like a Jeep carrier. I got him and set him on fire, and what did he do? He instantly put out the fire. And now I've set him back on fire again. And there goes all my torpedoes off in the background, heading off the map. So they all run out of steam. I knew it'd be hard to hit them with the torpedoes, but you never know, for the try. And there's my torpedoes reloaded. But he is on fire and burning. His bombers are up now. And I just hit him in the Citadel. Those bombers just missed me. So basically he's burning and I've got him with my guns. I could fire my torpedoes at him, but at this point, yep, he burned up. So I get my first kill and the Arsonist Award. And you get the Arsonist Award for doing more than 60%, I believe, damage to the enemy. And make him sink. Now it's time to boogie and haul back over to the cap, because I take a look and we are now down 4 ships to 6. Which means that our guys are going to be defensive. Time to kick in the engine boost. As I tell that bogue driver, hey, I've been there before. I know what it's like to be a carrier captain and be chased down by destroyers. It is not a fun situation to be in. Now, a lot of times people will tell you whenever you're off operating on your own, you're not really being a team player. But on a standard battle map where it's capture the enemy's flag, basically, by getting their cap, it isn't always the smartest thing to be a team player. Because if you're off operating on your own and no one is around, and since I've taken out that aircraft carrier, I've cut down significantly the chance of being spotted or attacked by enemy aircraft. And since all the enemy ships are most likely heading for our carrier, well, they've gotten our carriers, heading for our cap to try to capture, which the one already is. Looks like there's a destroyer that's gotten into our cap. And he's being confronted by the other 2 surviving ships now. They're all down there trying to get in our cap, and our guys are defending it like crazy. So it's up to me to get into their cap and hope to God nobody's around. This is one of those snowball chance in hell kind of things. But on the standard map, like I said, all that matters is getting the cap. Our guys are using the island to their best advantage. Hide behind the island and snipe at the enemy as best as you can. There's a neat little trick with capping islands for those of you that don't really play or are just getting into World of Warships. When the enemy is capturing your cap point, you can defend it by hitting them with shells, and that resets the timer. And it takes a certain amount of time to capture a certain size capture point. For instance, on a standard battle map, it takes 3 minutes for a single ship to capture that cap point. And I'm just about in there. Now, as soon as I get in there, if there's anyone back here defending it, I am screwed. Now, the situation that we were in, if the carrier was back here somewhere, and mind you, this whole time I've been running, I've been looking for enemy aircraft, and I haven't seen any, which tells me that either there's a carrier back over here in the opposite corner from where I sunk that bogue, or he's back over in the southwest corner with the rest of his enemy ships trying to capture our cap point. And we've lost one of our ships, but he took out one of theirs. So it's now 5-2. They still have a carrier. And basically I've got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to capture this point. And we basically have one ship defending our cap. So I stay back towards the back edge of their capture point and hope to God that enemy aircraft don't spot me. Now, by now, I'm sure there's probably a lot of consternation going on in the enemy team's chat channel. They're all going, "Somebody get back there quick!" And their carrier's probably trying to retask its aircraft. So for the moment, I just keep my eyes peeled and keep my finger over my smokescreen button. Now, people are telling me I need to be moving. I shouldn't be sitting around here. And I know it probably would be best to move, but if I get spotted, I'm going to need to know the trajectory of the aircraft coming in so I can avoid torpedoes if there are torpedoes incoming. Hey, we got another one of the enemy ships. And I'm detected by aircraft. And it is torpedo planes. Okay, good. Time to get underway. There's only 2 of them, it looks like. Oh, no. I got moving too fast. Oh, and that reset the cap some too, but it didn't sink me. And since it didn't sink me, and he's got fighters over me now, he knows and they know where I am. So if there's bombers coming in, I'm still in big trouble. Have my anti-air go off after that. Go off after that squadron of fighters. Well, my repair is reset now, and I'm still just waiting on my smoke screen. Now, the reason I didn't drop my smoke beforehand was because they could have blind torpedoed me, and I could have taken that torpedo hit in the magazine, and I could have sunk me, and that definitely would have ruined the game for my team. But now that I see those rounds coming in at me, I need to hide. I'll scoot forward a little bit and expand out my and I am the last guy standing now. I'm going to move forward here and expand out the smoke screen to make it wider so they don't know exactly where I am, and I'm just going to start backing up. That way I hide in it, but I'm going to stay to the outer edge so that way I can see any torpedoes that come in at me. It's up to me. I've got 15 seconds or so left to win this. And I know. It looks like I was Mr. One Way, but by God, we just might pull this off. Holy crap, and we're at 1,000. Instantaneously, because we captured their cap point. Not too bad overall. 44,400 damage with 40 hits, 3 planes shot down, 1 incapacitation, 1 destroyed, 5 fires, 3 citadels, and 1 capture point. I also got Solo Warrior for taking on 4 enemy ships, and of course Arsonist. And I came in second in experience with 1252. Still just amazing that I managed to do that good. I basically survived 4 enemy ships and still managed to survive. I did 36,500 damage, total damage onto that Bogue. Also the Omaha, that Podovsky at Graf Spee, and I saw but couldn't get any rounds off at that New York. Ended up pocketing 5,700 XP. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed watching this. Like I said, it's always fun to let everybody know that it's not Mr. One Way all the time. Have a great day. See you soon.